I'm going to play these. See, I got this one.
I've seen them by the side of the road. These unkept, smudged, hopeless people holding cardboard signs. Sometimes they have props: baby stroller, a pet, gasoline can, something to lend credence to the thin fiction that they need money for something other than booze. It was a man with a need gas sign with the red gas can on the ground that I saw when I drove into Salem 6 unlucky years ago today. Tried to ignore him, not making eye contact, but I was stuck at a red light and pretending he wasn't there was getting really awkward. So I reached into my pocket and pulled out $2, rolling down my window just a crack. Here you go, buddy. I pushed the money through the opening of the window. That was when, for the first time, I really looked at his face, or what was left of his face. It was a single eyeball just looking back at me, bulging out of a charred skull. I was absolutely frozen in terror until the blackened shape of uncovered finger bones reached out to take the money. And that's when I let it fall to the ground and slammed on the accelerator. I didn't even care that the light was red. In the time since then, I've picked up pieces of the legend. A shell-shocked war veteran, unemployable and alcoholic, became a familiar sight in Salem, begging by the roadside. Citizens stopped giving him money, thinking he would just move on to a bigger city. He responded by creating one of the most traumatic spectacles in town history, setting himself alight in the middle of town during evening rush hour. Ever since that roadside encounter, I've been seeing little wisps of flame out of the corner of my eye, like brief flashes that are gone as soon as I turn my head, sending nauseated chills through my whole body. Is this tormented spirit following me now? Whether he intends it as a blessing or a curse, I just want to be as far as possible from this horrifying specter.
And which one it was? We found the rocks. Yep.
My husband and I stepped off the platform and onto the giant hissing locomotive. I remember looking back at our small town and thinking of all the happy memories we made there. But I was excited to start our new life in Salem. I must have dozed off because I was startled awake by the sound of screeching metal. And as the train came to a halt, all I could hear was the torrential rain pelting against the roof. I looked out the window. There was only darkness. Then came the brightest flash of lightning I had ever seen. When my husband left to inquire about the delay, a woman in the back of the train started screaming. We rushed over to her and asked her what was wrong, but all she could manage to say through her sobs was something about seeing the spirits of the dead wandering in the rain. Stranger still were the passengers that were suddenly stricken with the painful memories of their past. It was at this point that I became truly terrified, so I set out to find Joe. When I reached the cab and still hadn't found him, I was worried. I looked out the front window and saw the train's conductor laboring to move a downed tree from the tracks. And there was Joe, walking up to help. However, instead of grabbing hold of the tree, Joe bent down, picked up a rock, and crushed the conductor's skull with it. When I left the train and ran up to him, I could see that this wasn't the Joe I once knew. Something had taken hold of him, something angry. Then he saw something that terrified him. He dropped the rock and ran off into the woods. However, right before he disappeared into the trees, during a bright flash of lightning, I thought I saw something chasing him, hunting him. I can only describe it as a ghostly spectre, cloaked in black. But more likely than not, it was just a shadow. The authorities spent days combing the woods for Joe, but he never turned up. I tried to go back home, but the memories were too painful. Some nights I lie in bed, tortured by the thoughts of what our life could have been if we had never stepped onto that train.
Cops and criminals get used to red and blue flashing lights. Even after you get numb to them, sometimes they still chill your bones. You can get that feeling that this time, they mean something personal.
I wonder what happened. Well, there she is.
Thank God you're okay. No, Joy, don't! Damn it!
So she's just
Lieutenant,
out here perfectly fine.
got her sneaking up the side staircase. Says she's a friend of the priest.
Where's Father Macaulay? Is he all right?
Just put her in my car. I want to interview her myself.
Damn.
Somebody remind Broyles that the door's not going to watch itself.
Yes, sir.
It's a simple question, please!
Take it easy on her.
Hey, anybody find Baxter yet?
Nope. Went to the station, drove by his place, nothing. You know, there's definitely something wrong here.
I mean, honestly, have you ever seen anything like this?
Half this stuff feels like a goddamn riddle.
I don't know. It just seems so demented.
Demented. I gotta find this crime scene before they cart away all the evidence.
Of course, jackasses. No crows to help this time. Come on, get over here. Damn. Damn. A whole lot of stretchers around here. Damn.
Iris.
All right, all right. You said dragging, but how? Obviously fucked up her leg. Cause I guess she had to hop out. She's dragging her leg. She didn't die on impact.
No, please. What do you want? Stop, please stop, please stop, please stop.
Damn it. If she'd stayed at the hospital, she'd still be alive.
Don't hold too tight to what's keeping you here. Just remember, this wasn't your fault.
I'm sorry.
What else did he do here?
Can I teleport up there? No. Probably not. Where's that cat at when you need him? Oh, okay. Okay, I can leave now. I finally go up here. Come on, man. Miss only 2 hacksaws. I need it. Where the heck's all action at, man? Oh, damn. If, sheesh. It's kind of very much upsetting me. Oh my God, not the pastor. Bro, what, like on some real shit. Like, where's the saw action at, man? This is fucking bullshit. Twisted. Oof. We've been waiting this whole time to come up here. Looking for this fucking saw. Damn, two saws missing. Two damn saws. Can't even fucking find them. Fuck. looking for one. So, well,
We have cocktails already.
Okay, all right, everyone, let's get this picture. We've got to get to the reception now. Everybody.
Let me through. Oh my God.
She all right?
Oh,
It's a little.
oh, let me go. Let me go. He's here.
Look, you need to back off.
and she broke her leg. That fucking Saw better be up there too. It's like the 10th Saw. Like, I guess they're all on the first floor. I guess. Let me go back and look on the first floor then. I'm gonna, you know what, we just re-looking here. Alright, we'll go to here. Look in here briefly. Next room. That's why I found this one at. Cat was up here. That's very stupid. How are we making foot? Like, I'm just not hearing. Like, how are we making these foot? Oh, like, how are we making footsteps? But we're dead. Discarded.
Well, I don't think she's the most ideal roommate. A little rough around the edges, but I'm sure you'll like the room, and in time you'll both get along really well.
Don't worry, I can get along with most anyone.
Excellent. Well, this is the room. Here we are.
Father? What's wrong?
Go. Go.
Where you gonna take me? Oh. Cat ain't got no other choice. Cat gonna help me regardless. Damn shit better be down here. Bro, come on. They always in this bitch. I'm so sick of these little bastards. So yeah, that last shit should be over here somewhere. Right, wow, right here. Let's go ahead and look at
Well,
it.
it was somewhere around noon on a Sunday when I got a call from the pastor. He was looking for someone to fix up the old church. It had been sitting up on that hill, abandoned for over 40 years after getting hit by lightning back in '98. It suffered a bunch of fire damage. So, of course, I agreed to help. I knew something was wrong the second I stepped inside. As an inexplicable chill came over me. Anyway, I shook it off and I set to work. As I started tearing up the damaged floorboards, they were all bad. Well, I uncovered an old rat's nest. It seemed like any of the others I'd seen over my 22 years in the construction business, until I saw the scraps of human hair and bones that the rats had used to make it. Well, suddenly I heard the floorboards on the second floor creaking above me, and the sounds of a young girl weeping. Well, I was worried that the damaged section of the ceiling was going to give way under her weight, so, I yelled, "Hey, stop, come down immediately." Well, my voice must have startled her because she went completely silent. So I got up and I went to look for her. When I entered the room upstairs, though, I was surprised to see it completely empty. It only took me, a minute to make my way up there, and I would have heard her run off if she did. But that's when I heard the weeping again. Only this time it was coming from the bell tower. So I climbed up the long, treacherous, curving stairs at the top, and I noticed what I thought was dried blood dotting the way. When I finally got up to the belfry, I was just paralyzed with terror. Because lying before me was the withered corpse of a young girl. Judging by her sun-bleached clothes and weathered bones, it seemed like she'd been lying there for the better part of those 40 years the place had been empty. The rats, they picked her bones clean. I took off running. I didn't stop until I got all the way to town. The ravages of time made it impossible for the authorities to get any identity on this girl. It seems Salem will never know who killed her. Some people still claim to hear her weeping there. As for myself, I never went back.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one more. I'm pretty sure that's the hideout.
Do some ghost thing and get me out of this. Come on.
Trust me. You're better off this way. The killer was after you.
Oh. What happened in there?
He didn't suffer.
You're lying.
He died protecting innocent people. That's all you need to know.
He died because of me.
know, pleading insanity isn't going to help you much on 2 counts of trespassing and felony escape. So you can drop the crazy act, all right?
Rex, man, give her a break.
You have anything to say for yourself? No? That's what I thought. We'll figure out what to do with you at the station.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Joy, tell him what we found. They need to know it all. You gotta find a way to convince him.
Where are you going?
Killer left a clue about the ancient mansion we saw at the museum. Tell Rex about that too. It's probably the killer's place.
Okay, I'll try.
I'd be upset if she died.